But 1 Corinthians 3, look what it says here. Now, if anyone builds upon this foundation with gold, silver, precious stone, now he goes into different levels of substance here. And it's the same point that we make with David. You see that? Stones, precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble, that's diamonds, wood, hay, stubble. Each one's work will become clear, for the day will declare it, because it'll be revealed by fire, and the fire will test each man's work of what sort it is. You see that? I'm telling you, you're the gold standard. Now, stop it. That means there's nothing you set yourself to do. If God is your priority in it, it's going to be great. Now, there are forces, evil forces. Now the fight is not so much natural. They're natural things you have to do. But the fight is spiritual. So the enemy thoughts in your minds, as Bible says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that would exalt itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought. So you got to run those thoughts out of there to try to make your level less than what God's created you to be. You're going to be able to do it. You can win. Listen, if God's given you a heart for music, or a heart for business, or a heart to put the word out, or a heart to write, just consecrate yourself to it. Again, the definition, I have it right here. This got to be a first for me. I got books and everything, but it says here, to make or declare sacred, to dedicate formally. Originally, it was like stuff that related to the church, but the church becomes the empowerment center for what goes on in the whole world. Yeah. To declare what you're doing as sacred, consecrated, to sanctify. I'm consecrated a bishop. Yeah. So there you are. And just look at your work, look at what you're doing, look at the motivation behind it. See if you believe in God for amazement. If not, repent. This is serious business. Remember now, see, consecration is a sacred word. Okay? And you're not playing around. You're not just, it's not the same as commitment, or the same as I'm determined, or the same as I really want this to happen. No, this is about God is going to help me make this happen. And I'm all into it. Now, you can consecrate your whole life to God in that way. Now, I'm thinking about, I was right here. I didn't even know I would be right here. But Matthew 19:27. Then Peter said to him, we've given up everything to follow you. Wow. That's consecrating your whole life to God. We've given up everything? Everything, Peter? Yeah, what he said. And then, of course, he wanted to know what was the bottom line to it. And he said, what should we get? And that's some powerful stuff. You can read the rest of that. You're not going to commit your life to God and get a negative result. You commit your life to God, there's so much great stuff waiting for you, not only in this world. I don't believe that all the stuff that we're going to get for dedication is when we get to heaven. Heaven is the stuff that this world can't produce. What's there? See, what you're going to get there. And Jesus talked about it. But while you're here on the earth, none of this stuff is worthy of you. It's like if I had 100,000 of those Krugerrands. At that time, I think it was worth maybe $1,000 a piece. The thing went up to about $2,000 an ounce. So, could have been like multi-million-dollar thing. So what? It wouldn't have been worth what I'm worth, or worth what you're worth, because that thing it can't go where I'm going to go. It can't exist forever. You're made to exist forever. You're made to know things that can be applied into the whole next dimension. And that's why you read the Bible. You can't just let the Bible be a natural book that tries to just resolve your problems here. You're the problem that God is resolving. Unbelief, that's not. He doesn't talk to the world about unbelief. He's talking to Christians about it. Fear, you understand? See? All the character qualities that are not the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5. When those are the things you are not. That the evil, the works of the flesh, that's not you. Why? Because that'll hinder everything about your life. You never would consecrate yourself over the evil. They have these demonic organizations that even our culture has allowed them to. They call that freedom. God wouldn't call it freedom. He destroyed all that nonsense in the Old Testament, of course. But you're consecrated to be amazing. And in your consecration, what you're going to do is going to be like whatever. Now, look, I consecrated myself. I went away. I'm going to tell you this now. I said yesterday that the great atomic bomb of your dedication to God is prayer and fasting. Okay? And I went away, must have been 8 years in a row, maybe 9. And I'd pray and fast. And I mentioned to you before that Bishop Hunt, might be on here, had to come and get me. I just drove, stay, wherever I stopped. Prayed, fasted, sought God, wherever I stopped. I wanted to be consecrated. I wanted a thickness. I want to understand things God's way. I wasn't just doing it for miracles, signs, and wonders. I was doing it for the reality of the heavens to be the priority in my life. And I started praying for white people. And because Spurgeon, this prince of preachers over there in England, said, Lord, pity the poor rich. I don't know, how would anybody pity rich people? And how do you call them poor? That's the Laodicean church, right? You read it? Revelations 3, you say that you're rich and have need of nothing. That's what it says, right? Don't know that you're poor and wretched. See that? In other words, they were economically rich, but they were spiritually poor. There are a lot of people like that today. You know that? I got a congressman over there. That's a friend of mine. He used to be. When he was mayor of Dayton. Wish you'd have sent this to him, Miss Ellenwood, that I would be on here. He's getting up for all the nonsense that's going on. He doesn't know he was put there to get order in there. Amazing. But that's what I got. I mean, well, I did my part, and here it is. Yep, he says in Revelations 3, 14, the church in Laodicea. See this? I know all the things, verse 15, that you do, that you are neither hot nor cold. I wish you were either or the other. But since you are like lukewarm water, neither hot nor cold, I will spew you out of my mouth. You say that I'm rich and have need of nothing, everything I want. I have everything I want. I don't need a thing. And you don't realize that you're wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. Do you hear that? So then he says, so I advise you to buy gold from me, gold that has been purified by fire. Then you'll be rich. See what I'm saying?